Hi guys, I'm going to do the presentation. My topic is SQL injury. So first, what's SQL injury? SQL injury is one of the more common form of cyber attack. Instead of using bugs in operation system to achieve the attacks, SQL injury is targets the programmer's intelligence when writing, and through SQL statements, it achieves querying, logging, or even attacking with a database. Here is a three general way of SQL injury attack. First, they're gonna find the location of SQL injury. Secondly, determine the service tab and the backend database tab. Third, contact SQL injury attacks for different service and database features. And I'm gonna show you an example of SQL injection vulnerability in Bits CMS, which has happened in Chinese Tencent's technology company last year. And I'm gonna show you detail what's happening in that injury. And by the way, I'm gonna show you a screenshot step by step. Firstly, they're gonna scan the backend and get the backend log address at the first screenshot. Then log into the backend and find there are SQL errors and some same verifications code can be submitted repeat use. Third, since there's some error messages, the engineer tried to use unit all errors inject. The four steps, you're going to get error report inject. And for the step 4, we're going to do the first is query the database version. The screenshot at the middle is going to show that. Then from the top screenshot, we're gonna know it's fair to operate database express sign syntax error like route 8 localhost and bin CMS. In the end of the step 4, it's fair to operate the database express syntax error. And in the step 4, the length of the output strings was found to be limited. And using the intercept string function, the test finds that each output is more than 32 characters. So you need to keep changing the starting position of intercept characters to get the names of all tables. And comments and code is shown in the middle screenshot. And then it's time to curl the column names in the bins my table. But as you know, it's fair to operate the database express. It's the same error. And there's another screenshot. It's gonna show there is also a string output length limit, which need to be intercept using the substrate function. And you can see what we got the content in the PowerPoint. It's at the top of the the screenshot. And after that, you're gonna get several same syntax errors, like admire or something like there to operate the database express syntax error. And in the screenshots, they're gonna show you the three types of the error. And here is a piece value, and we put the value together. MD5 is as follow, and after decryptions, you gonna get ADMIN. And step 4, you're going to open the SQL map as a way like the follow. Even though you log in, but it's fair to enumerate the table's names. That means SQL inject is what we said in previous slides. It will achieve a conflict login. Sometimes even though you log in successfully, but you can't even interpret with any database. But luckily, we will have a way to defend against SQL injections. Firstly, we can check the variable data tab or format. Then we can flirt in spatial symbols. And the last one, we can bind variables and using pre-complete statements. As for step 1, check the variable data type and format. As long as there's a flex format of variable before the SQL statement is executed, it should be checked strictly in extents with the fixed format to ensure that the variable are in the format we expect, which can largely avoid SQL inject attacks. Like for example, in our previous example, accepting user names parameters or products designed should have a user name root at the beginning of the user registration, such as 5 to 20 characters, which can only consistent of upper and lower case letter number and some safe symbols, and doesn't contain special character. At this point, we should have a check user name function to prepare a uniform check for. However, there's still many exceptions that do not apply to this guideline, such as article pushing system, common system, and other scenarios that must allow user to submit arbitrary strings, which requires the use of other programs such as flintering. And for the flintering special symbols for variables that cannot determine in Flex's format, especially symbols must be flittered or escaped. And for the third step, bind variable and use pre-complete statements. MySQL drivers provides support for pre-complete statement, and different programmer language has their own method of using pre-complete statements. In fact, binding variable and use pre-complete statement is the best way to prevent SQL inject. The semantic of SQL statements using pre-complete statements will not be changed. As the variable in SQL statement are represented by question marks. In SQL statements, the variable are represented by question mark. So hacker cannot change the structure of SQL statement, even if they are good at it.
And thank you for your listening. Here's a reference.